جايين من كل مكان للصويرة زينة البلدان زوروا ونرجع فرحان كالضبيل وللهيلولة حوض السلاح وثوم حيلة نضربوا شوفار هاد الليلة.
Pishut Moray Rabotai, with the permission of Hashem, we are Be'ezat Hashem. First, I would like to thank you for this beautiful week that we've been with you, and may Hashem give you, to all of you, bracha ve'atzlacha. I was with you Shabbat Zachor, and now back to Eretz Israel for Purim, and then prepare myself to go again to America after 1 week. So Be'ezat Hashem, let's hope Be'ezat Hashem that I will hear only good news, good things from you. Be'ezat Hashem. You are here, the members of this yeshiva in Argentina, and Baruch Hashem, there is a lot of Torah, there is a lot of Hesed, Bemet. All of you here, everyone here has a function. We have the three rabbis here, Baruch Hashem, they're doing good job, good work in this makom, and B'zchut Rabbeim Pido HaKadosh will help you to carry on all the work that he is doing. And bracha ve'atzlacha k'nei. Now, in a few days, it's Purim. So, first, we must understand why ליהודים הייתה אורה ושמחה וזזון וקר. Why on Purim it was a special day? We never saw that. No. I mean, the Jews, they were in Egypt. When they left Egypt, the Torah don't say that they were happy. The Torah don't say they were happy. The Torah don't say when they received the Torah they were happy. I mean, when they were in Egypt, they did not respect Torah mitzvot. They were down 49 degrees of Tum'ah. Okay. Now they left Egypt. They were slaves. They took with them billions of money. I mean, gold. They were billionaires. I mean, the Torah don't say that they were happy. The Torah don't say that they were happy. Then the Ka'at Yam Suf. Can you imagine? They crossed the sea. And the Torah don't say ליהודים הייתה אורה ושמחה. They were alegria. They were happy for this. No. Even Matan Torah, Simchat Torah. The Torah don't mention they were happy. But on Purim, ליהודים הייתה אורה ושמחה. The same miracles that happened in Purim happened in Egypt. Don't forget. Pharaoh, he was a big killer. He was a big criminal. He killed children. He killed a lot of people. Pharaoh. And Baruch Hashem, because Baruch Hu saved the Jews, they should be happy. But Rav Shremi asked another question. He said, why only on Purim they receive the Torah with happiness? זאת השאלה? Why not in Shavuot? It's around the same question. Why? What was special? Adon Cesare asked, he said, why we feel sad when why we feel sad because I'm going back to home? Why we all feel sad? So for that, I want to give you an answer. First, it's not my personality who make you sad. It's the Torah. The Torah gives happiness. Yesterday, I was by Pato's house, and I said at Dvar Torah, if you see, during 40 minutes, he was laughing, he was smiling. He enjoyed the Dvar Torah. Pikudei Hashem is sharim misamchei lev. The Torah gives you joy. I said one day that even somebody give me a big check, it will not give me the same joy that I have when I understand the Torah. The way I understand the Torah, it gives me big simcha. People who don't know what it is the Torah, they will not understand me. One night, I was reading, and I was so happy, I started to sing. So my wife, she woke up, she said, David, what's going on? I thought I was alone. I thought I was alone, and she was there. I said, pardon, but why you laugh? I didn't know what to tell her. I did not know, Bemet, I did not know what to tell her. I did not know what to tell her. I said, then because I didn't say, so she told me, so you're crazy. you laugh alone in the middle of the night, and you wake up everybody, because I didn't give a reason. But in the morning, she asked me again. I said I was reading, I was learning, and then I had a way how to explain. There was a question, and Baruch Hashem, a hard question, and I found an answer. So she said, okay, now I know. Okay. Pikudei Hashem Yisharim v'samchei. The Torah, Pikudei is the Torah. Pikudei, listen to this. You know what it is, Pikudei? Pikudei when you count. Counting. Pikudei Hashem, the Torah, you should count it. Like you count diamond. When you count the diamond, you make sure what kind of diamond you count. I mean, if there is big, small, I mean, each diamond has a value. All the diamonds, they are not the same price. There is a diamond $50,000, a diamond of $100,000. I saw a diamond that it cost $100 million. I saw it. $100 million. In America, I saw it. Somebody showed me this diamond. You see, this diamond, it's only for collection. No one can wear it. Only for collection. Only it's unique. It's impossible. 100 million. It's crazy. So this is Pikudei Hashem Yisharim. The Torah is so beautiful that when you study Torah, it's like you can't. Because Yisharim, and when you reach what the Torah wants from you, so you start laughing. They give you joy. Like when a woman, she receives a big diamond from her husband, wow, she's happy. Well, the same with the Torah. Torah gives you happiness. My friend, when the Jews left Egypt, they were not quite happy. They were happy, but not very much. You know why? Because they did not receive yet the Torah. They don't know what it is, the value of the Torah. They received nothing yet. So they left Egypt. That's it. They left Egypt. So, okay, it's like, okay, join, you know. Okay. But it's not okay with simcha. No, just beseder. So, they did not know what kind of adventure it's going to go. So they left. Okay, how are you? Aren't you happy? Okay, Baruch Hashem. So even when they received the Torah, it was not, the Torah don't mention that they were happy when they received. Because to test the Torah, ta'amur o kitov Hashem. The beauty of the Torah only when you study all the time. Not once a week or 1 hour a week. All the time. I always say to people, the same way that we have to eat 3 times a day to fill our stomach, to feel good, it's only when you eat well. Otherwise, your stomach is empty. The Torah is the same. The less you study the Torah, the less your brain is empty. Of course, you have something to do. you cannot study all day. You support the Torah. Supporting the Torah that give you the credit, like if you study the Torah. We will not let you to study the Torah all the time. We will not let you. Otherwise, we have to go to work as well. And we don't want to work, we want to study. So you work. Huh? So you work. You work. عيد حيم هي لما حازكين بقى. When عيد حيم هي لما حازكين بقى. The Torah is a tree of life for those who study, but as well for those who supporting the Torah. After 120 years, you will arrive there. They will tell you, Rabbi Cohen, Rabbi Grossman, Rabbi. You will tell them, I'm not a rabbi. Yes, you build mikveh, you build a lot of yeshivot, you do that. And you will tell them, I think you have a mistake on the name. It's not me, it's somebody else. Maybe you got mistake. Maybe the angel of death, he told you my name, but it's not me. So the rabbis, the big deal, will tell you, no, it's you. Because you supported the Torah. So it's like you build a lot of yeshivot, mikvah, so that means this is, at least, you can get free your ticket of Gan Eden, that even that you never studied Torah, only by supporting the Torah, you have the choice, the chance to be in Gan Eden. But of course, if you study like you do, 1 hour a week or 2 hours a week, so that gives you more credit there. So my friend, when the Bnei Israel left Egypt, he did not know, it's like a baby. You give him a diamond. Will a baby enjoy a diamond? No, he doesn't know what is the value of the diamond. But he will enjoy a sweet. Give him a sweet, he will enjoy. Give him a piece of chocolate, he will enjoy. But give him a diamond, he will throw it. So when the Jews left Egypt, they did not value the Torah. They didn't know what it is. And when they received it, they did not know what they received. That's what they did. The egel, the gold, the golden calf. Why? Because they did not value the Torah. But so that's why the Torah don't mention that they were happy with the received. But on Purim, ליהודים הייתה אורה ושמחה. Just imagine, we will imagine we are in Paras Umadai, and you have there Haman, the Cretes, we have to kill the whole Jews. Now people started to do teshuvah, start to pray, Hashem. They started to study Torah. They started to enjoy the Torah. I'll tell you something. There is a story that the Baalei Tosfot, they are from France, Germany, from Europe. They wrote the Tosfot.
Grandson of Russia.
The Baalei Tosfot, les croisades, the Christian when they left, they wanted to conquer Jerusalem, and on their way from Europe, la crusade, on their way from Europe to Jerusalem, they killed a lot of Jews, and they burned them, they killed them, hundreds of thousands of Jews. And you know what happened? Something incredible. They arrested all the yeshiva of the Baalei Tosfot. They declare that in the morning they'll burn them. What they did that night, the Baalei Tosfot?
Study.
That night, they wrote all the big question about the Gemara. And he decided that one among them, he will leave, that this book, that this Pirush, this translate, the way the translation, of the Gemara will be published. So they prayed, and they did the Goral. They put names on papers. These X, and then they took a paper. You will live. Here's all the Divrei Torah that we wrote. And it was a bigness in the morning. That man, the Croisade, they did not see him. And he escaped with all the Divrei Torah. Can you imagine the night that he's supposed to be killed in the morning, that night he studied Torah? I mean, a man, how can a man study Torah when he knows that in the morning they will kill him? It's impossible. This is the Torah. For them, that night was the night of Torah. That's it. My friend, the Bnei Israel, during the life of Haman, when the decree came that we have to kill the whole Jews, the Bnei Israel did a big teshuvah. They came back to Hashem. And because they came back to Hashem, so they started, Mordechai Tzaddik told them, why study Torah now? And they started to study Torah, they started to enjoy Torah. They said, wow, what we missed. This is the Torah? We did not know that this is the Torah. So when the decree of Haman was over, and Haman was hung, the Bnei Israel, they started to sing, Layehudim hayta ora v'simcha. They said, from now on, what we tasted before Haman was hung, we will carry on. So that way, the taste, unfortunately, you know that when somebody has a problem, he come back to God. A lot of people, when they lost father or mother or somebody, after the Shiva, they started to become religious. Do we need to become religious when something happened, when something bad happened? We don't need. It's an experience that we learn from the Megillah, that only when the Jews discovered the Torah, so they declare, Layehudim hayta ora v'simcha. They declare, whereas the Torah is the best, Tefillin is the best, Shabbos is the best, Brit Milah is the best. But before they studied Torah, no declaration. My friend, this is why this Megillah, we call the Megillah Megillat Esther, not Megillat Mordechai. Why not Megillat Mordechai? He's the man. You know why? Because Esther HaMelech, she was the one who gave her life for the Jews. When she went to Ahasuerus to invite him and to invite Haman, he wanted to kill her. Why she didn't come with an appointment? He was stupid. Have you seen a man that his wife, if she has to come to see him, she must have an appointment? She must send him a text that can I come or not? And because he did not ask Ahasuerus permission to come, he wanted to kill her. And then this happened. So, because Esther HaMelech, she gave her life for the Jews, for the Bnei Israel. If Esther HaMelech would not give her life to the Bnei Israel, for the Bnei Israel, so the Bnei Israel never would discover the beauty of the Torah. And because of Esther, the Bnei Israel discover the beauty of the Torah, so that's why we call it Megillat Esther. I wish you well, and I pray to Hashem to give you to all of you. Bracha v'atzlacha. Hashem bless you. Toda rabba. Akadosh Baruch Hu will give you ליהודים, הייתה אורה ושמחה וששון ליהודים, הייתה אורה ושמחה וששון הייתה אורה ושמחה וששון ליהודים, הייתה אורה
تبقى بفاسوني